a diphthong?
Shut up and sing with Heather.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Shut Up and Sing with Heather. I'm Heather, your professional voice teacher, here to give you some helpful hints and tips to make you the best singer you can be. Today, we're going to be talking about diphthongs. What's a diphthong? It's when you have one vowel in your word, but two vowel sounds. The song we're going to be working today is I've Never Been in Love Before from Guys and Dolls. It's a great little ballad, and it's got the word wine in it. And wine, as in the beverage, is a perfect example of a diphthong, right? So when we spell the word W-I-N-E, but then we go Y-I. So when we break it down, we've got two vowel sounds going on in there, the ah and the E. And so we find in the English language that when we have the diphthong, the second vowel sound is generally more closed. So let's go through our 5 pure vowel sounds. They are E, O, U. Now let's do it nice and legato, smooth and connected, and think about what our tongue's doing. Here we go. E, O. That tongue is slowly going down. So we find that the E vowel, for example, is our most closed vowel sound, and something like ah or o is an open vowel sound. So when we know that when we close for that E, the tongue goes up a little in the back, and then we run the risk of having that larynx rise up a little bit. And remember, we don't want that. We always wanted to stay in a comfortably low position. So if you've sang in a choral setting before, you probably had a teacher say, hey guys, drop that diphthong. It's really a problematic in choral settings. If you've decided to sing wah, but your neighbors decided to sing wine, and the other neighbors decided to sing wine, somewhere in between, we've got a real problem on our hands. And so it's important that you drop those diphthongs so that you have a homogeneous choral sound. So now when we get into our songs as well, we have to drop the diphthong a bit as well. So again, we're going to do I've Never Been in Love Before from Guys and Dolls. You can do this song in all sorts of different keys. It was adopted by the jazz community, so it's not considered a jazz standard, which means anything goes. I'm going to do it in C. That's the higher key. And if you're a soprano or a tenor and you're working in that key, this word wine can be a little bit of a problem. But this is applicable for any song. We see this situation happening over and over again. English language is riddled with diphthongs, so we don't think about them when we're speaking, but they're super important to acknowledge and take care of when we're singing. So what we're going to do for this song is just work on the bridge, okay? So the bridge is, but this is wine that's all too strange and strong. We're literally just going to work on that line right there, okay? So when we go up for that high note, we want to be very careful that we just keep the word wah, and we're actually just going to drop the diphthong, okay? So let's take a listen to it. So it sounds like this. But this is wine that's all too strange and strong. So here's what happens. If you pretend like you're going to drop that diphthong, and in your head you're just thinking wah, wan, okay? I promise when you go to that consonant, the in, you're going to close just enough and put just enough diphthong on it, okay? So what happens is that the first time I get students to try this out, maybe the first time does sound a little wan and it's a little odd, but by the third time they are starting to put just a sliver of that diphthong in by the time they get to the in, the second consonant. I really recommend that you try it out by just dropping the second vowel sound on the diphthong. Now what happens if I try to sing that diphthong? Let's see what this sounds like. But this is wine that's all woof. Not only does that not feel great, this definitely does not sound great. So really work on this. And again, like I've said in our practice video, you need to be recording yourself so you can kind of believe that it's working. It's hard to hear yourself in your own head. This song comes in a myriad of keys. Both men and women sing it in the show. Again, I was doing it in C, but you can find it in G. And again, once it becomes a jazz standard, anything goes. This song is a little difficult because of all of the jumping around that goes on. Maybe we'll talk about that in another video. I just wanted to do the diphthong today and work on that. But it's a beautiful ballad. You can also hear it in more of a slow swing tempo. I like it as a ballad. I think it's a great selection to put in your book if you're a musical theater kid because it's so legato and gorgeous. just like a real standard piece and not difficult to learn. It's really just 3 parts. It's our A, popular song form here. So you really just have like the A and the B to learn in this song. So quite easy. This has been Shut Up and Sing with Heather. Get out there and try out this song and let me know how it goes.
But it dee da dee do da 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 do but dee da dee da